Hi, I'd like to introduce our gallery based in Beijing and Berlin. We are presenting young Chinese artists, including Luo Yang, Lin Zhipeng, Alexander Lis, and Gu Lu. They are presenting Chinese youth culture, which is not that much been introduced into Chinese European art scene. And then we had a lot of exhibitions about their works during our Berlin gallery shows. Also, it's the very first time we are participating in the Basel photo here in Switzerland. We'd like to let you know more about the Chinese contemporary youth culture, also about our young Chinese photographers. At the same time, our gallery is doing more new media artists and also with painting, ceramic, sculpture as an experimental platform for supporting them to continue their art careers.
And so here at our booth we have focus on young Chinese artists that represent Chinese youth culture and subcultures in amongst the Chinese youth scene. And so here you see one of our biggest artists, Luo Yang. She was recently featured on Forbes' list of the 100 most influential women worldwide, which we're very proud of. And she has, for many years now, been documenting different lives of Chinese girls. So she did this series of Chinese girls' portraiture over a 10-year period called Girls, in which she took photos of girls that she encountered during this period. So those were friendships that she formed and etc. So she got to know these girls, and then she took portraits of each single one of them. And in that way, they are very contemplative and very insightful from a sort of like from more interior-looking perspective into the feelings and inner lives of these girls, which stands in contrast to one of the other artists that we have, namely Lin Zhipeng, aka 223, who we have hanging here over the wall. He is about this. He's about the similar age as Luo Yang, but unlike Luo Yang, he presents a much more youthful and playful image of Chinese youth culture, documenting the more playful and more light-hearted nature of the sort of subculture scenes that exist in China. And then we have another artist over here, Alexander Lis, who's a Hong Kongese artist, educated in London. And during the pandemic, she wasn't able to photograph subcultures as she usually does in her practice. So instead, she made this project called Me and Mine, in which she got in contact with girls or young women all over the world, and then she would call them on webcam and take photos of them, intimate, as you can see, photos of them on through their webcam. So in a way, she exploited or used the pandemic and incorporated it actively into her practice. But another way of seeing it is that her, as a Hong Kongese artist, took a standpoint in sort of the idea of Hong Kong as this sort of center of East and West, and this global, this very global location that is both China and it's the West, and it's global at the same time. And in that way, she was able to work with that by getting in contact with these girls among all over the world. Thank you so much.